Hi guys, it's Belle here, and it is time for the next card in the ABC JLC challenge, hosted by the wonderful Jodi Lewis over at Jodi Lewis Creations. Please go check her out. All links will be down below. I know a lot of you have watched a couple of my videos and decided to join in, and I'm just so excited about that because it's a great challenge and Jodi is just so lovely. So let's get started. Today's card is F because it's an alphabet challenge. The first prompt was fish, then file folder, then flower, then frame. And there was no other theme that I could do. Well, actually, there's probably a gazillion themes I could do. But as I'm still not 100%, can you hear the gravel in my throat? We're just going to go for a simple kind of seascapey one. That's what we're going to do. So I've got my index card, and I was gifted ages ago loads of these bits from the Graphic 45 Voyage Beneath the Sea collection. Like, I just have loads of random bits. Someone had very kindly gifted me several of the sheets and like the journaling cards and things, and then loads of little bits and bobs. So this looks like a frame. So we are going to cut that out. It has got the paper on the other side. I do really like it because it's like it's got lots of cogs and things. So it gives me steampunky, but not, what's the word I'm looking for? It has a steampunk-esque, but with a really sweet Victorian feel. It's strange, but I really like it. But I've never done anything with any of these pieces. So now's as good a time as any. Oh my gosh, brain fog, guys. Brain fog with thickness. It's a real problem, honestly. So again, that's the Voyage Under the Sea from Graphic 45. I am going to cut out the image in the middle. Right, where's my craft knife? There it is. Should I be using a craft knife when my when I'm poorly? Possibly not. When my motor skills are sluggish. But that's what we're going to do. And I'm really excited once I've filmed this to go see what Jodi actually did for hers. As I always say, I watched the first couple of minutes of her video where she gives the prompts. Then I go do mine. Then I go back and watch her video. And it's always really exciting. She's right. She says all the time how different people's are. And sometimes I feel like what I'm doing is seems so simple that everyone would do something like this. And yet everyone out there is so creative that everyone seems to come up with, oh my gosh, I can't even pick it up, different things, which is, isn't that the joy of creativity? So we have this frame now, and I love this, but we're not going to use it. And this frame is going to go right on the middle of here. So what I want to do is, I want to collage around, just collage with some scraps so that we have a little bit of a border. Now I want this to have these pops of blues and greens, but also to have a bit of a vintage feel to it, a muted feel. I don't know. We'll see as we go. Please excuse me. I think this is from a vintage Latin history book, because it's all about Hannibal, you know, who crossed the Alps with his elephants. So I think it's a vintage history book. I hope you are all well. I am now creeping into week 4 of this being poorly, but I do think I am improving. But then every time I say that, the next day I just suddenly feel really bad again. And this week has definitely been one of those weeks where this has really trying to make sure this is the right way up. I can't actually tell. Okay, I apologize to any of you who can read music out there if this is the wrong way up, but let's just get it on. Yeah, I just got so poorly again for a couple of days, and I thought, am I actually getting another virus on top of recovering from this? And I have to admit, guys, I normally try to be positive, or at least just, you know, deal with it. But I have to admit, this week was a challenge for me. This week I got to the point where I was just like, it really, I had a few days, let's put it that way, where I was not at my best, because I was just, it's got me a bit down, being so ill for so long. I mean, it's frustration as well, you know what I mean, because there's things that need to be done, even just general things that need to be done, and I just can't, I just don't have the energy. So I'll start something and then it's like, oh no, I need to just go and sit down now for an hour. On the positive, the one positive in all of this, actually there's two. One, I am reading a lot, because if I'm having to sit and not do a lot, then the least I can do is pick up a book. So at the end of the month, there is going to be quite a few books in my reading wrap up, guys. For those of you who enjoy that and are already looking forward to it. And the other positive thing is I am picking up my cross stitch every day. So last year I had said, I think I want to round the corners of this. Or do I? Because this has got square corners. Where's that thread from? Maybe I don't. We are going to ink it though with some walnut stain. Last year I started cross stitching a lot more after barely touching cross stitch for years. But I still didn't do as much. It wasn't as a regular habit. I was really having to think about adding it in to my routines and things, and I just didn't finish as much as I would have liked to last year, or do as much. So as I can't really do much because I get so tired, I picked up my cross stitch, and not only have I finished a piece that I have been working on since last year, but I have finished a small little work in progress. It was only a cat with a Christmas hat, but still, I'd started it and not finished it last year. And I've also finished another work in progress that's actually been in my cross stitch box for something like 8 years. So now I can pick another one. Right, so this is, I cannot remember where this digital is from. I got this years ago. Someone, actually it was my friend Anna, had commissioned me to make a wedding guest book in a vintage style with sharks. Weirdest combination for a commission that I have ever had in all the years I've been making journals. And I'd got this digital and I can't remember where from. But as it says fish, I thought we'd use this one possibly. I mean, fish, it's not fishes. That one's quite cute as well, actually. I do kind of like that one. I kind of like this one, even though they're a bit creepy, because there's kind of an orangey colour there, but then this has an orangey sandy colour too. But then I'm thinking I'm going to be adding flowers and things. So realistically, a lot of these fish could get covered up. Let's use this one because it's here. Yeah, weirdest combination for a commission journal that I've ever had before or since. But that was exciting. Where did I put my paper trimmer? Right, it's still here on the table. Because, you know, these things challenge us. But anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, cross stitch, yes. So every day, and the days are getting brighter, which I love. I always used to, even when I was cross stitching all the time, I always used to cross stitch more in the summers and spring months because the weather is so bright and it just makes it easier to be able to stitch. Now I'm only going to glue the top. I'm wondering about bringing in some walnut stain as well, just kind of aging this even more than it is. Yeah, the weather is just so much brighter, so as I have to take quite a lot of breaks and sit, I've been picking my cross stitch up every day for the past couple of weeks, which I can't remember the last time I actually did that, other than if I was working on a gift that had to be done. And you know what, guys, I'm really loving it. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, that has been a positive, I have to say. Let's bring this up a little bit. So we have frame and we have fish, and there's fish on the frame. So either or. File folder. So now I used the file folder that I used in one of my others. I think it was D for day. And yeah, it was D because it's got this purpley pink that I'd use the file folder to spray. So this is, it doesn't look like part of a file folder. It just looks like craft card. But believe me, and go back and watch the video if you didn't, this was a file folder. And I have used a die to cut out some seaweed. It's just a random die I had. So I have got several pieces of seaweed. I think I had 5 pieces. Is there 5 here? No, there's 4. Okay, well, there's a 5th piece of seaweed somewhere that seems to... That seems to have escaped me. There it is. I knew it was around somewhere. So we've got some seaweed, and I'm thinking of putting it... I kind of like things in frames too, and outside of it, which is why I didn't stick the rest of this down. Now, this is just plain coloured. I didn't use the bit that had the purple. And what I am going to do is I am going to use... Now I'm thinking, do I want to mix them? I might want to mix them. I'm trying to think if I do or not. I thought I had a little pot somewhere, but I don't think I do. Okay. I'm going to use a couple of different embossing inks. No, powders. Well, a powder and a glaze. You'll see. Oh, dear me. So we're going to just do these and hope that all of this is getting embossed enough. I know there's the Tim Holtz embossed ruggy thing, but you know what? I just don't get on with it. I have it. Probably if I used it more, it would actually work better for me. Probably. But why do that? Oh, can I tell you? I'm so excited, guys. When I found out that Tim Holtz, that the pads were coming out of the vault. Now, any of you who have been on this channel for any length of time will know that it's a bit of a common joke on this channel that I talk all the time about how much I wish the pads were brought back. That I don't mind his paper packs that he has now, the like ephemera paper packs, but I prefer the 12 by 12 and 8 by 8 pads. And they're coming out of the vault, guys. Now I have this Wow Under the Sea WS 12-5R, and it's like this sparkly green. So we're going to put that on first, just in places. Yeah, when I found out that he was bringing the pads out, I was like, this is literally my wish. I have always said, that's what I want. I just want the pads back. And so here in the UK, it's not as easy to get Tim Holtz products. I've talked about this before, but I have one particular, well, two, but one particular online shop that always usually has almost the full kind of Holtz products selection. Now, sometimes some of the pieces come in and they never get them back, like one of the stamp sets that I really wanted, sold out and never came back in. But then they do have 6 12 by 12 and 8 by 8 pads coming in. And so I went on their waiting list, and oh my goodness, this is the Distress Embossing Glaze Photoshop. And as soon as I got notification that the pads were in, well, I went and brought 3 of the 12, because there was only 3 of the 12 by 12s came in. I think 4 of the 8 by 8s came in, but only 3 of the 12 by 12s, and that's the one I wanted. As soon as I got the notification, I went and purchased them. So I'm excited because they should be turning up in the next couple of days. But I'm so glad I did, because literally a couple of days later, everything's sold out. It's on notify me again for it to come in. And I'm like, I'm so glad I just bought them when I did, because, you know, I was thinking about waiting because Mother's Day is coming up, and my kids were like, well, we can get them for Mother's Day. And I thought, no, I know people out there like me love the pads. I'm just going to get them now. And so I'm so glad I did. And now I just have to wait for them to arrive, which I'm suddenly going to be so excited about. And I just have to wait for the others. Even though they notify me, I still check several times a day just to check. Anyway, as you can see, these have got different glaze in different areas. I'm going to use my heat tool and emboss these, and then I'll be back. Oh, I love these guys. Do you know the camera's not doing them justice? Now, because the Under the Sea embossing, well, it's embossing glitter, because it's got glitter in it, firstly, we get a shimmer. I'm trying to get that to shimmer. It does shimmer in real life, like I can see. Why is my camera deciding not to focus? It does shimmer. And secondly, it leaves this bobbly effect, which gives a texture to the pieces. So, love that. Okay, so let's get this on. I'm trying to work out which one I want on the inside. So yeah, as I was saying about the paper, so glad I got it when I did. What I'm hoping is that when they see how popular, because I know I'm not the only one who's gone, oh, the paper pads, that when they see how popular they are, I'm hoping they'll keep them as a regular item. And then we all don't have to go crazy. And also... buying them up as soon as we see them. And also what I am hoping is they bring out his Halloween paper pad, because I love that. That's one of my favourite pads of his. Who's surprised? None of you. I'm a Halloween girl. And I'm really, really, really hoping that they bring that out around Halloween, because I really want the Halloween pad. So yeah, fingers crossed. I know he did say there would be some Halloween products coming out this year, because obviously they make them like a year in advance. So even though he's no longer creating new products, that some of those were products that had already been created before obviously he made the decision. So I'm still excited for that. I think I'm going to stick this down. I'm wondering if I want to stick it over and do more kind of, what's it called, there, or whether I want it in the middle and do like either side. We have to still put flower on here, and I do have some flowers. Although, could we get away with saying that coral and that are the flowers of the... No, we're not going to say that. We're not going to say it. I have actually got flowers, so it's fine. I think I will put it to the side. Why not? So, yeah. Anyway, I'm waiting for that to turn up. Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited, guys. It is really a running joke here where I'm just constantly talking about the paper pads. How much I want them and how much I've been hoarding mine and and this and the other. And it's like, okay, Belle, at some point you've got to let it go. No, I'm glad I didn't let it go because they're bringing out the paper pads. Woohoo! So excited. But yeah, I was not surprised they sold out. Like, I'm always telling my family, you know, Tim Holtz stuff, the people who love it, love it. It's a thing. And my kids and partner know, you know, that obviously I'm a huge Tim Holtz fangirl, products fangirl. I'm going to get some double-sided tape, I think, for this. So they know what I'm like. But when I try and explain to them, it's a thing in the community. Like, it's not just me. When I told my partner that about the pads selling out as quickly as they did, he was like, you crazy craft people, in a sweet way. I mean, he's just happy I got them because as soon as I heard, I went straight on my website that I normally buy from to make sure if they were getting them in. And he says, have you checked today to make sure? Because he doesn't want me missing out on them. And I'm like, don't worry, I've been checking. So anyway, I just want them to turn up now so that I can look at them. The thing is, one of the pads that I brought was the 12 by 12 of the Abandoned. Now, the Abandoned pad is one of my all-time favourites that they've ever done. And I still actually have half of my 8 by 8 original Abandoned pad left. So realistically, did I need another one? Because I still have some left to play with. But realistically, of course I did. So, you know, let's not pretend otherwise. Oh, dear me. What are we like? Like my partner said, crazy crafters. In the sweetest way. He always supports my crafting. He's so sweet like that. He's always like, oh, I found this. Can you use it? Or bringing me back stuff from work going, well, this was in the packaging and it looks really interesting and I'm wondering if you can use it. Or if we go somewhere, he's always looking out for things. Or look, there's a craft shop. Or look, there's a fabric shop. Do you want to go in? So he's so sweet. So yeah. All right, okay, so we've got, did I glue that down? No, I haven't glued that down. So yeah, I'm just excited for my pads to arrive so that I can just look at them and go, oh, and then keep looking at them. Now, what I also want is the vellum. But I'm not going to be greedy. I've got the, you know, pads, so that will keep me happy for now. And if they do keep them, I'm not going to have to hoard them with the worries that they may never bring them back. So yeah. Okay, we're going to do that. Let me bring that up so you can see. So we've got fish, we've got file folder, and we've got frame. And the only last thing to do was flower. So I just went through my little flower pot that I have sitting here, and I just pulled out some that have a bit of like a little, like this even has blue to it, but I kind of like the greeny kind of colour. And I just wanted to add flowers in places, even like a little bit of red or something. Or we could add it as decor kind of at the side. Right there. Like so. Do we like the red? Or do we want it doubled up like that? Let's ink it, this one, because the other one's inked. And that will probably help. So, yes. I'd love to know down in the comments below if you, like me, have just been waiting anxiously for when the pads are available so that you, like me, can, I may put that one up there, can replenish your supply. So, yeah. Because I have a feeling I'm not the only one out there who immediately went, oh my goodness, and then got super excited. And then have just been waiting patiently. So, yeah. It's so strange because, as I said, some stuff, like the stamp kit, his Halloween one he brought out that had the 4 images on it, like of a graveyard and a house and all that. He brought that out last year, was it? And I don't normally buy his stamp sets. I've discussed this before, just because of price and that I don't stamp enough realistically with general stamp sets. The numbers and things I love, but that kit, that I wanted, and I waited for a while, and it's sold out on the site that I always use, and it's not even up there for notify. I don't think they're getting it back in, so I don't know why that is. But I managed to find it on another site that I usually only buy paper from, but they had the stamps, and I was like, yes. Okay, I want to bring in, I wish I had a larger brown, but I do have this brown here. I want to bring in a bit of brown to go with the vintage photo there. And I also have, so we have a couple of things. We have a Smooth Sea Never Made a Skilled Sailor, but I think that's too big. But we do have Make a Wish on a starfish. Now, there are no starfish here, but let's not get bogged down in detail. So, yeah. They just never got that stamp set back in, and it was the one Halloween stamp set that I was like, that I need to buy, which again, normally I wait and wait and wait for stamp sets, and they're just not getting it back in. So I don't know why that is. I don't know if that one only had a certain amount of stock that was sold over here in the UK or what. I just don't know, but I'm just glad I managed to track it down somewhere else. I would really prefer to go into a shop to buy my craft supplies, but it's just not possible now. So much is online. So there's only a few online shops that I know that I feel confident and secure in ordering from. So I'm just glad one of those had it. Right, now what I also have are these are just stamped cut out shells. Oh, I actually have starfish in here. These are just stamped cut out shells that I found whilst I was looking for some other bits. And I did think, oh, well, they'll work really well. Because obviously we're doing kind of a sea theme. So I did think they'd work well. Could even have it turned upside down like that. think I like it this way. Let's ink it as well. Can't not have it inked. So let's do that. But yeah. Very excited. I just want this glue to come back in. It's still not in. It's still sold out. So yes, I finished quite a few cross stitch pieces, which is so exciting. And now I'm at the exciting stage of, okay, I finished a very old work in progress and a newer work in progress and one that I have been working on for a while. Now what do I want to do? Like, what do I want? Another shell, or do I want one of the starfish? Like, what new kit do I want to do? What new piece do I want to do? It's always exciting. I'm trying to do it that I give myself, wow, that starfish is massive, that I give myself about an hour every day to just sit and stitch. And I've just been really, really enjoying it. We don't even need the whole starfish. We can, sorry, Mr. Starfish, but we're going to trim some of your legs. Starfish are so strange, aren't they? Beautiful and strange. You know, you go to the aquarium and the kids are always like, can I pick up the starfish? Strange little creature. I don't like that though. I mean, I don't know if it hurts them, but I don't like it. I mean, it gets kids interested, doesn't it? But I really just think, leave the poor creatures alone. Just look at them and appreciate them for what they are. But after that, just leave them alone. Because I don't know about you, but if I was in the sea, if I was even in an aquarium, if I was just gently swimming along, doing my thing, not bothering anyone, trying to go about my business, and then this big weird hand came in and grabbed me, like, again, I understand they're trying to get children interested. I've got this little leaf thing that might also work, just to bring in a bit of green. Yeah, I like that. That area seemed to be missing something. Yeah, and then like I'm being handled and everything. Like, I don't think I'd like it. So I just think, but kids are so inquisitive, isn't it? Aren't they? And if you can get them interested, come on. If you can get them interested in sea creatures and animals, and, you know, hopefully they'll grow up to actually care about creatures and the environment, and we need that in this world. So right, so I was fighting with the glue over to the side, but yeah, I always used to love when I took the kids to the aquarium that you'd walk through the tunnel with all the fish swimming above you. I love the sea. I love water. Most of my life, I've always lived either right by the sea or by some sort of large loch or something like that, or a river. And yeah, I just love it. So yeah. Okay, I think we're done, guys. What do we think? What do we think? I really quite like it. Okay, so fish. Got our fish. We've got our fish around here. File folder. So I used a file folder and I cut out some seaweed or coral. Flower. We've got our flower here. We've got another one there. And frame. We've got this frame going around. We've got a bit of sparkle. It still has that muted vintage feel, but with just a little pop of kind of green and blue colour. And yeah, I really like that. So that is card F for the ABC JLC. which stands for obviously ABC, Jodi Lewis Creations. Again, links will be down below. The hashtag will be down below. Go over and see what Judy? Who's Judy? That Jodi's doing. Oh my goodness. And put in the hashtag to see what everyone else is doing here or on other social media. Jodi does have a Facebook page. You do have to fill out some questions to get accepted, but there is that if you want to go see what everyone's doing over there. But that's it for now, guys. Oh, no, it's not. Do you know what I haven't done? Were you guys shouting? If you were, I heard you. So thank you. Do you know what I haven't done? I haven't done my tag that actually says the letter on it. I think we can have one of these. I think that'd be fine because we don't want it really. I've got my little pot of tabs and things. Yeah, we need to put the letter F on it. Thank you very much. Those of you who were shouting, I really appreciate it. I must have heard you. So thank you for that. Honestly, I need to now find my stamp set. Okay, let me find my stamps. Got them. Yes, so thank you very much to those of you who were shouting at me. I think I want to do it in VersaFine Vintage Sepia, and it's F today. So yeah, I wish I remembered and I could have put it under the frame or under the flower, but I didn't. So do you know what? We're just going to do what we can do, and it has to be there because I'm trying to stagger them, and I think the last one was over there. I could be completely wrong. I probably am. Let me actually check because I have my others here. So let me check. Yeah, E was there. So F needs to be about here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so go on over, see what everyone's doing, show everyone lots of support and love, and join in. These are quick and simple to do, and they're every other week, which means even at this point in the month, you can quite easily, the year, you can quite easily catch up. You know, you don't have to use index cards. I am, because I have index cards, and I really enjoyed using index cards last year for the Marguerite Miller. Jodi is using a Rolodex. You know, people are just using what they want to use. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, you can work on playing cards. Whatever you want to do, you can do. So quick and easy to catch up. So there we have the F. Now I'm really feeling like I do want something maybe here, like where the F is. Yeah, something needs to go there. I'm wondering actually if we used these little browns. See, I thought I was finished. I thought I was finished. To pick up on the brown that's down below, we could bring in a couple of these, like here as well. I don't know if I like that. I think I do like the shell. So we tried something, we didn't like that. Let's bring in the shell. Or where are they? Did I get rid of them? I had, here we go, the bottom bits of the seaweed. How would that look if it was brought in and maybe trimmed? No, I think the shell's going to work best. So yeah, plenty of time to catch up. You can do these quickly, even if I've taken forever today. You don't have to. I'm just trying to like show you the whole process from start to finish, other than not using my heat gun on camera. I don't know if I like that or whether I want it this way. a bit different. No, I just don't like it that way. I mean, shells are often upside down, so it doesn't really matter. But it's not something I want to do. I don't know if I'm happy with that either. Okay, let's pull that off a minute. I do have just a normal leaf. I also have another flower. Do you know what? I like the flower. Sorry, Mr. Shell. I like the flower. Oh, it's already inked up good. And then we can use another one. And it can go over the top a little bit and stand out over, giving a bit of dimension alongside this. So it's not just flat across there. It's blending it in. That's what I'm looking for. Where'd the other one go? Okay. And we can have that kind of there. Okay, that's it. That's what it needed. Whew. Okay, we've worked it out, guys. We've worked it out. So final piece. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, comment and share. I deeply appreciate every single one of you who does any of those things. And it really helps my little channel. And I'll be back again soon for another video. Until next time, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.